my name is Missam and welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're here for the first time. I'm a writer, reader and sci-fi and fantasy junkie, so if you're into that kind of stuff, if you like reading, if you like writing, if you want to know more about the craft, if you want to know more about books, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Last week, or I don't really know how long ago, I did a BookTube newbie tag, and this week I thought that I'm gonna do an AUTHORTUBE newbie tag video because I have an identity crisis where I don't know whether I'm part of this community or I'm part of that. So I'm part of both. Is that a thing? I don't know if that's a thing. I hope that's a thing. Also, I realized that I really like shooting tag videos. I like it. So here I am in my finest attire, which is basically the same top as I was wearing in my BookTube newbie tag video because I have very few clothes here at home. I had to leave my college dorm and my clothes behind on a very short notice. So without further ado, let's do the AUTHORTUBE newbie tag video. Question number 1. How did you find out about AUTHORTUBE? I found out about AUTHORTUBE 3 to 4 years ago, I think. It was around that time that I was really starting to research a lot about the craft of writing and how to write. So I came across Jenna Moressi's video, and then after that it was a never-ending hole that I'm still not out of. In fact, I am now a part of that hole. I really liked the community. I really liked what it was doing for the writing community and for newbie writers like me. I am no longer a newbie writer because I've been writing literally all my life, and I've been studying and doing this writing thing for 4 to 5 years now. I feel confident enough. I know that I'm not published, but I feel confident enough to share. What genres do you write in? It's literally in all my bios and in all my banners. I am a sci-fi and fantasy junkie. I love those genres. I love world building. I love magic. I love stuff that doesn't exist. What is your preferred writing tense, point of view and category of story? I usually write in past tense. I don't mind reading present tense, but past tense I really like. Third person past tense, third person limited. I know that I've always wanted to try first person, and I initially started writing as first person, but then I changed to third person. I really enjoy first person, don't get me wrong, and I will definitely try it, but I've just become very comfortable with third person past. Category of story, YA and adult. I am working on a YA series right now, and I am drafting an adult series or maybe a standalone. I haven't really thought of that, whether it's a duology or a standalone. I have another idea for another adult fantasy standalone most probably. So yeah, I'm working on one series and standalones, YA and adult. Are you a plotter, pantster or plunster? I hate the word pantster. I know that a lot of you like it, use it, but I just pantster is a funny word. I plot in my head. So basically the first draft I just write, okay? I have a basic plot in my head. I just write whatever. I take my time with my first draft, not in order to make it perfect, but in order to really take my time and plot the thing out and see where I want to go in my head. And then the second draft onwards, I really pull up my sleeves. I see where the first draft needs help, needs work. That is when I really start to plot. So that, after the first draft, is when I start looking at the nitty-gritties of it. And before that, I'm a bit of a pantster, and after the first draft, I become a plotter to make sure that I close everything in the story. Are you a self-published, published, or yet to be published writer? I am a yet to be published writer. I am in no hurry to get published. I really want to work on my craft before I even attempt publishing. I want to write a bunch of stories. I want to write some even short stories maybe at some point. I have taken my time, 5 years, to learn the craft. I'm fine with it, and I still have a lot to learn. Let's see where this takes me. Yet to be published, definitely gonna be published, but not published yet. So I'm not gonna talk about any publishing, querying, self-publishing, traditional publishing stuff here. It's mostly gonna be our writing craft and case studies. What publishing company, literary agency, and or printing company are you represented by or used? None. If you're not yet published, what is your dream publishing house and or literary agency? None. I do not have any dream publishing houses or literary agents. I know that everybody would want to pick their the most well-known ones, but I don't really want to have high expectations. I like to keep things realistic. From where I stand now, I know that I have a lot of work to go. I know that I'm dedicated enough. That's why I am where I am today, and I feel comfortable enough to start AUTHORTUBE. But I don't really want to have dream agents. I want to be as realistic as possible. Just very methodically go about my entire process, because writing is the craft and the art side of it, but publishing, I really want to be as realistic as possible. So I haven't given myself any kind of like dream or any kind of, I need to be this, I need to be with that person or with that publishing house. What AUTHORTUBE related videos can we expect to find on your channel? Definitely a lot of writing craft videos, so let me know in the comments what kind of writing craft videos you want. I'm pretty good with characters. I'm still learning. As I said, I'm still learning a lot of things, and this is basically a what I've learned kind of series. Definitely a lot of case studies. So I'm going to take books, TV shows, movies, and just pick out aspects of it that I think writers should learn already. The books that I have broken down, every single one of them has a writing lessons section. So for example, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, what have I learned from that book as an author? Why should an author read that book? So I keep doing these kinds of sections because I cannot switch off the author in me. I try to, but I really can't. And while I do enjoy my books and I do enjoy my movie shows and TV shows and movies, I like to know what I can learn from it, and that is basically what I want to share with you guys too. Writing craft and case studies. When did you start writing? I started writing at the age of, I don't remember, but we used to have like little story type essays back in school, and I always used to pick them. I remember writing a novella back when I was in class 5, 5th grade, and I wrote about like fairies and all that. I don't know where it is. I never want to find it. What was the first story you ever wrote? Just told you. Bunch of fairies in a fairy school, heavily inspired by Winx Club, and they had all those magical girl transformations, and they had to search for a scepter in their school, and that scepter defeated the Dark Lord. And they had to solve riddles in order to get to the scepter. So I've always liked writing mysteries, which obviously shows in my current work as well. I've loved like riddle solving mysteries, getting to a place adventure type stories. So what authors have inspired your writing the most? Definitely Rick Riordan, because his work made me, like as a child, his work really made me want to pursue writing intensely. I would want to say J.K. Rowling too, because I really liked Harry Potter. Owen Colfer, I was a huge Artemis Fowl fan, reader. These writers, mostly I was affected by writers as a kid, because as I grew up and I started looking at stuff more critically, I started like analyzing books more. So now fewer authors really affect me as much as these guys did when I was a kid. Also Suzanne Collins. I'm not going to take that away from Suzanne Collins. Definitely her writing style. I adore her writing style. I am so impressed by her. Do you schedule your writing sessions or simply get to writing whenever you can find the time? I'm not a full-time author, and I'm a firm believer that if you're not a full-time author, you really don't need to have a very rigid schedule, because you have so many other things to do. But yes, I have a very strong work ethic, so I make sure that I get some level of work done in a week. I take my breaks. I don't have a scheduled time. Whenever I feel like it, I sit down, I clear my head. Because of college, because of other projects, I don't have much time to really like schedule and be so rigid with my entire routine. So I try to do whatever works best for me, but I make sure that I put in a certain amount of words per week. Do you type on a computer, typewriter, write everything out by hand, or use a blend of those? I write on a computer. And where do you write in general? I write wherever I can fit my ass in. What are you most looking forward to now that you are a part of AUTHORTUBE? I hope to make a lot of new author friends. I'm already on Twitter, where I've connected with so many great authors from the writing community, and I hope to find more of them here in the writing community, because I have been so heavily influenced by the AUTHORTUBE community here on YouTube. and it's actually pretty surreal that I'm recording a video, my first ever video, to take my official dive into this community. I love it and I am excited. I hope I can do well and make friends and write stories. So yay! That's all for today, folks. If you are a newbie author tuber or even an old one, say hi in the comments. Let's get chatting, and if you have not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing. I am an amazing person, I promise. You can follow me on Twitter, the link is down below. Yeah, and feel free to message me, feel free to chat about books, about writing. If you want any particular type of videos, writing craft videos, let me know what kind of videos you want to see from me. So yeah, bye!